Hey gang, Dr. Jim here. I am shooting this from Mexico. My family and I are on vacation, and I'm just shooting you a short message about humidifiers. Now, we're in the middle of March, and I know it's kind of a strange time to be sending you a message about humidifiers, but while here on vacation, I've actually received a couple messages from patients who have had bloody noses in the last couple of days, just starting out of the blue. And so when I messaged them back, I asked them, hey, how high or what percentage humidity is your house at? And both of them have told me that they stopped using their humidifier. So I should have sent a message earlier this winter. I know I've talked to a lot of you about the importance of humidification in the home, especially in the Midwest, in Minnesota. We've had a brutal winter, super cold. And when our furnaces turn on, and I know you know this is a reminder, when our furnaces turn on, it actually sucks up a lot of the humidity that is in our home. Now, if you don't measure your humidity in your house, I would strongly suggest you do so. This was the first time I've ever done that in my home and in my office, and I was completely surprised. We've always had 2 or 3 room humidifiers going in the house, and for year after year, but I never measured it. So what I did on Amazon, I bought a measuring device, and it actually is a digital readout of what my humidity is in my home. You can buy a simple one at Ace or at Menards that just gives you the percentage. It'll say, comfort zone or dry or too humid. But I actually ordered one with percentages. Now, even with the 3 smaller humidifiers going in my home, my percentage at the house was about 18 to 19%. And our upper level of our home is about 1,400 square feet. I was completely surprised. So I went to Menards and bought a much larger one, and we go through between 4 and 5 gallons of water a day to keep our humidity level in that 30 to 40% at the house. Now, the reason why that's super important is because when you're between 30 and 40%, what research shows is that literally it cuts the risk of colds and flus like that, like 60 to 70% overnight. The reason why is when you get above 30%, it keeps your mucous membranes in your nose, as well as keeps your throat and your lungs coated with that mucus, and that is actually a trap or a filter for viruses and bacteria. The other thing that it does, it's super good for your skin. So you have dry skin, itchy skin, and also bloody noses, it helps prevent those. So I would encourage you to measure the humidity in your home. And if you suffer from dry skin, bloody noses, any chronic sinus and chest stuff in the wintertime, keep that humidifier going, measure it, and you'll be surprised at how much water you'll actually use. Again, at the office as well as my home, we use close to 5 gallons of water a day. And speaking to quite a few of you, some of you will have a smaller room humidifier, which is good for a bedroom, but you're gonna want to humidify your home where you're spending a lot of time. And also, those diffusers, I was really surprised when I asked people, hey, are you using a humidifier in your home this winter? And I was surprised that a lot of people once said yes, and I asked how big it is, and they would tell me that they were using diffusers, like to diffuse essential oils. Those are good for getting oils into the air, which is fantastic, but nowhere close to getting you to the level of humidity that you need for optimal health in the wintertime. So I know this is mid-March, but we got snow in Minnesota. It's still cold in Minnesota. Until those furnaces stay off, keep that humidification going. All right, take care.